Getting a job means that people are part of the community. It means that people are able to mainly earn a wage and don't necessarily have to be on benefits, because lots of people don't go on benefits but don't necessarily want to be on benefits. It means that people go out for drinks and meet work colleagues. There's a whole socialisation of actually people when people go to work. It's not just about getting a paid job, it's about all the things that come with getting a paid job.
One of the major barriers is low expectations from birth, really, right through the school system. That is the first and most important barrier. And a lot of those expectations or low aspirations come from professionals. And we need to change that mindset and the way people are thinking about employment as a real option.
I went to a special school, and in my last 4 years of schooling I was never asked actually what I wanted to do when I left school as a careers move or anything like that at all. It was just assumed that I would go to a day centre or I'd sit at home with my parents.
I think there are a lot of people who would look at someone like my son and say, oh well, he's never going to access employment because of the level of his disability. And I think we need to challenge that because there will be things that he can do, that he can usefully contribute to society, that will help him engage with the community, that will give him a particular status.
Obviously, work needs to be done with employers who may be anxious and with families about expectations, and they may be concerned too about benefits or about transport or about someone actually physically doing a job. So there are those barriers, but international and national work has shown that they can be overcome. And actually a far bigger percentage of people with learning disabilities can have jobs and make a successful contribution than we have now.
Daniel's way of communicating what he wants is not the traditional way, so it's very hard to sit down and have a conversation with him about what he wants, what his hopes and aspirations are for the future. Ultimately, I hope that he will have some form of employment. Now that probably won't be 9 to 5 Monday to Friday employment, and it might just be 1 or 2 hours a week, but nevertheless that will be an employment opportunity for him.
It's about companies looking at people with learning difficulties differently and actually not just saying actually this person has a learning difficulty so we wouldn't be able to employ you. And it's about actually when someone goes for a job, if someone needs longer in an interview, that person's given the time. It's about changing ideas, about changing how people work.
Because Daniel has one-to-one support at all times, it just makes sense that one-to-one support supports him into employment. So we just need to change the systems and attitudes of a whole range of people to enable that to happen.
Local government, local health services, national services need to be exemplars. We all need to employ people with learning disabilities and show that this can be a success.
I'm a person with learning difficulty. I'm employed. I'm also co-chair of a national forum. I'm also co-chair of a Hertfordshire Partnership Board, and I think that proves that people with learning difficulties can do jobs and are employable, and it means that people who have assumptions actually should think before they make those assumptions for people with learning difficulties.